we both have matching nails with our toppies. Like, what is this? We always do this every time.
A twin flame.
A twin flamies. I'm going to do it like the kids do it.
Oh, that's right. All right, listen.
My fingers don't love it.
Not going to touch it. Not going to touch it. But
Is it too early? Is it too early on in the up for this? We haven't even done the intro yet, Molly. Welcome everybody to A Novel Bunch, your modern day book club. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun YouTube stuff. And if you're listening on a platform like iTunes or Audible and you're loving the vibes, be sure to leave us a review. It really helps us to be able to reach fellow book lovers out there. Today we are covering the end of Nora Goes Off Script, chapters 21 through 26.
Yeah.
We do have some apologizing to do. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll freaking get there. But I have a quick question for you because I just read this and you know I love Disney. You're single. There's a connection here.
Go on.
Have you heard of the new dating app that is being developed and it's Disney themed? It's called Single Rider, which if you are a Disney fan, you would know that sometimes they have a lane that's called Single Rider.
And what, you pair you with somebody and you ride the ride with them? Okay. All right. Well, better than what I'm seeing on Raya, so let's give it a shot.
I want you to try it. And then also, they do it for friends too. So if you want to go to a park with someone, kind of like, isn't Bumble like that? You can find friends.
I think you can on all of them now.
Really? Like friends?
Well, there's
or
on
friends?
Raya, there people can say here just for friends, which is a lie, but they can say it, and you can like your
Friends with benefits?
friends that fuck, sure.
You know why? Spicy Molly's coming out because we finally got this incredible ending that we wanted. Like, I'm just so happy for what
Can I be
happened.
honest? I had no idea how Annabelle was going to dig us out of this hole. And it was, I have goosebumps. It was the most satisfying ending I have ever read.
The payoff was everything. It was life. It was so good.
Fun fact, I sent you a picture of me sobbing when I finished the book. And then a day later when you were able to start reading, you sent me a picture of you sobbing. And it's her true female, not a stitch of makeup.
I'm not kidding you. I was just sitting there thinking for 30 minutes after at least of this story and the characters. A book hangover, as they like to call it, which we heard the other day. Most beautiful term. I mean, I had the longest book hangover of my life with this.
I still have a book hangover. I had to go back to write notes because I just read it. Because when I read it and I take notes, you can't quite immerse yourself in the book, which is the only part. But so I read it and then I went back and I got to relive it all, and it was just so wonderful because
Well, and as we'll get into as we go through the chapters, I went back multiple times to reread because you learn a lot of new information and then you want to see these conversations and it makes so much sense and you're just like
when he reached out to her because she wrote that script and he was mad, I was like the audacity, and now I'm like, oh.
So chapter 21, we start off, we're at the Beverly Hills Hotel, which by the way, on my birthday, I think we should go to the Polo Lounge after a little shooty shoot. We got a vibe with that, right? Right?
Please. Immediately.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go to the Polo Lounge. It's inside the Beverly Hills Hotel, which is where Nora's at.
So pretty. Yes, that's where the Oscars film.
How would you describe that hotel, that gorgeous pink hotel?
That's so fun. I've had a couple meetings there, and that's how I knew I was like, I made it in this town when I met the director at the Beverly Hills Hotel. That's
Amazing.
how, that's like the, but it's, how do you explain it? Gosh, it feels like it's right out of the 40s or 50s. It's like pink and white stripes.
Yes.
It's very like,
it's very old Hollywood. They have these big green and white stripes when you walk in that kind of dance along the ceiling. And then there's this huge red carpet walking in, and it just, I don't know, it's so chic in old Hollywood, and the vibes are elite, and so
Yes.
I love that this is where she's staying, and it's also pricey AF to stay there.
Super expensive. Yeah.
Thousands
So, you know,
per night.
Producers for the producers for the Tea House had to pay a pretty
Yes.
put her up there.
Yes.
They
Well,
kind of have to do that. She got nominated for an Oscar.
yes, yes. So that's fair. That's fair. So she is so excited. She meets her parents at In-N-Out, which, side note, I need to go to In-N-Out too when we're there.
No, Dad was ready to throw down, and you know what? My dad and brother would do the same thing. It's a constant fight trying to keep my dad and brother away from, you know.
Because she says, Dad, you better be nice if you see Leo.
Which I disagree. Let Dad go after him.
Of course. Because at this point, we think that Leo just up and left,
He's a
right?
little bastard at this
Yeah.
point. We don't know
Not
any
loving
better.
that. Not
Sure.
loving that. So they're at In-N-Out. This happens, and Nora goes back to her hotel, getting her hair and makeup done, and then this spray tan artist comes in, and she's like, "This is where I draw the line. Like, I can't do this. Let me live my life and be me. I gotta still be me." So,
Bitch, give me spray tan. I swear to God. Here's the thing, and I was joking with you about this. The amount of makeup you have to put on your body so that you don't look like a corpse on camera, which I just plucked that from the writing of Annabelle, who once again has perfect description of what actually happens.
yes.
If you were to see me right now in real life, I'm powdered up. I have the colors are so bright because the light on you dulls the color. So you need a spray tan. You need a little. I know it feels fake and frustrating and obnoxious that Hollywood has to do all this stuff, but it's so you look good on
Yeah.
camera.
That's right. And I gotta be honest too, a little spray tan solves all my problems.
I feel 25% more confident with a spray tan.
Right. But she says no. Yeah. She says no. She tips her and she goes, "You can leave," which I thought was so nice because
Listen, we love a Snow White pastel queen with the lavender dress. It'll still be beautiful.
Of course. And so Martin comes, the director, and he picks her up and they go in a limo. And when they're on this limo ride, he says, "Do you love him or did you love him?"
Yeah.
And she says, "Yes."
I know. I love
go,
that she's just keeping it a
"Nora."
buck now. She's like, I'm just going to tell it how it is.
Well, and that's what I love because you can see so much growth from this meeting that she's going to have with Leo to that last premiere. I mean, she was a mess before and she took this time and now she does not care. But also she's nominated for an Oscar. So
If I was going
that
to the
part.
Academy Awards and I was nominated, you would be able to tell me shit. Shit.
Try me, Leo. Try me, baby. I'm at Beverly Hills Hotel. And I turned down a spray tan.
I'm sorry. I was literally just joking with my brother about this too because this career is so cruel. There's so many ups and downs, so many ways to humble you, so many horrific things that happen, and so many beautiful, wonderful things that happen that one, you're already taking all of us mentally ill actors and mind melding our brains, and two, when you do finally get an acknowledgement of your skill or something that you've created and given to the masses, you go up there and you win and you sob. And I know it looks annoying when somebody's winning their Oscar and they're like, yeah, but you don't know what we've been through to get there.
Dude, I thought you were going to say, yeah, you take all these mentally ill actors and throw them in one room.
Or that.
It's like,
never
the
been to a
emotions are
formal-
high.
I'll say that too. We are nuts. And I can say that because I am one.
To be able to step into someone else's shoes and pretend,
You gotta
it
be
takes
brave.
takes a skill set. Ooh, I think a package just came. I don't know if you heard that. So they make it to the red carpet, and this part about made me die.
Tell me.
Open quote. "There's a hand on my elbow, and I know it's him. I turn around and face him, glad I've opted for the too high version of these shoes and that my collarbones are exposed."
Well, there's nothing better than like a nice set of collarbones, right? Very feminine, it's still so innocent, and I love our little
I
Annabelle.
love it. But the moment of him touching the elbow, you know how you and I always say certain points we'll reread? I don't know what it is with the touch for me, but that got me because I wasn't expecting that. And I'm also kind of like, why are you touching her elbow? But also it's very G-rated in the sense of it's not like he came over and like slipped his hand over her
Yeah,
waist.
like crack her butt or something.
Yeah, it was just that sweetest, like, hey,
very delicate and it's very intimate. You don't lightly touch the elbow of somebody that you don't, you know, haven't been inside of.
Yeah. I knew it. And then Leo has the balls to tell Martin, careful, she'll break your heart.
My head exploded when I read that.
Boy, bye.
I was like, if you don't stop gaslighting our bitch right now, I swear to God.
I know, Leo. So then...
And Naomi's next to him. So, like, let's rub salt in this wound. Like,
didn't love that. Yeah. So he is swept away with Naomi. By the way, I kept calling her Noemi in the last podcast.
Love it. Microaggression. I love
Naomi. So if I do it again, I'm so sorry. But they're swept away to do these interviews, and Leo turns around on the carpet and he gives her a little winky wink.
Give us one more.
Give me your best wink. Let's see it. Oh, girl.
Can I say this really quick? There was a moment on Love Island where Nick and Alandra, they're sitting at the table and they're finding out who's made it to the final four. And
yes.
I don't usually think winks are hot. I think they're corny and kind of cringy. But Nick gave Alandra a wink that I was like,
oh.
Made me feel things.
If done correctly, it can be really hot. If you know how to wink. I don't know how to wink, so I would look really not cool.
Our listeners, give us your best wink right now. Go ahead.
Give us your best wink.
Only one listener had a good wink.
Right?
You know who you are.
But how do you discover you can wink? Do you one day just go, oh, let me start doing this because it starts looking good and feeling right? Or do you
practice in the mirror, right? It's like,
oh, that was cute. I like that one. I give that one a 10. That was solid.
I don't think you can do any other face. You can't. The second you like add a thing, like then it gets weird.
That's my problem. Oh, see. That's cool. See, I'm not a very under the radar kind of gal. I'm horrible at that. So I think I should step away from the winking.
This is brand new information.
Yeah. I'm just big old nerd. I had a teacher in 6th grade. Funny enough, she's who introduced me to Harry Potter because it had just come out and I was so excited to show her on my desk that next day after it came out. I go, look, Mrs. Conlon, I got Harry Potter. It was just the sweetest thing. But I remember she was the sweetest woman and she would always give me these winks, but she was so freaking good at it. Like good job, kid. You know, like it was so sweet.
I love it.
After that, I was like, man, that's kind of cool. People can wink. I don't know why I have that memory of that's when I discovered what winking was.
I love it. Meanwhile, my teacher is calling my mom and dad into the office because I'm so anxious and tightly wound just by my own hardwiring that they think the teacher thinks they're beating me at home.
Stop. What were you like in school? We've never even really talked about it.
What I do know is that I was going around telling everybody that would listen I was going to be a big Hollywood actor, even when I was like 8. And all
That's
the
right,
kids
baby.
were like, go swim practice, you freaking weirdo. And I'd be like, I'm going to play rehearsal. And they're like, okay.
Oh, were you really? So you were really tough on yourself in school.
Incredibly so, and that hasn't gone away. I'm a weird type of perfectionist. Things don't have to be perfect, but I need you to view me as perfect. That
girl.
From, being bullied and all kinds of stuff growing up. So I project this image that everybody likes, and so I have a hard time being human, which is actually why this podcast that we're doing has been a little bit of a journey for me, because I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like being vulnerable in a public setting like this. I'm not very good in the real world of interviews and stuff like that. I'm good on camera, but it's just me and the camera and the other actor. And so I get to go in this little world.
You don't have to be yourself.
Exactly. I'm not playing myself. I get to play someone else.
Well, I gotta say, I think you're absolutely crushing it on our pod. Being you. Killing it. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. Well, anywho, back to...
You as a kid. You were
God,
weren't you?
I was a little what?
Nut, weren't you?
Nothing's changed. I was unique because crazy perfectionist, did very well in school that if I got a B, I'd cry. I told you that story about my math thing. Into theater, was a cheerleader too, so it was kind of a merger of all worlds. Like I kind of just was friends with everyone. I just floating around, you know me, girl. Just kind of living life.
You, I know it.
I really love school. When I think back, high school, middle school, like some of my best times. Like,
Really?
yeah, I just loved it. Loved
You're
it.
like
But
one of a handful of people that enjoyed middle school.
because I was just out there living, baby. I was just like doing my thing, and I did it all. But you know my personality and my view and my mindset. I'm like, this is cool. But
You're
I'm
just
still
desperate.
best friends with so many people too. So I had a great experience. I can't complain. But
There was a funny there was a funny quote. So Leo and what are you calling her? Noemi?
Noemi.
We're sitting right in front of her at the award show, which is how it works. By the way, the red carpet, whatever you see on camera looks so like fun and effortless and fluid. It's a shit show, you know. It's
Yeah.
people are ripping you around, people are dragging you, bringing you over here, do this interview, take a picture here. There's so many kids you can't. There's people scripts that it's awful. Like my anxiety on 1,000 is being on the red carpet. But then you go sit down for the award show, and she's right in front. So the quote that I just thought was so funny is, "Leo and Naomi are directly in front of us in today's episode of Fresh Hell."
I literally reread that because I was cracking up. I was like, but then
Nora's
she mentioned
so funny.
so funny, and that's why I love her.
Yeah.
She also mentioned too, because she was obviously looking at them, they're right in front of her, and she's like, man, they must be in that comfortable point of their relationship. They're not really speaking much.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
Of course you did. Love
all
it.
about those relationships. So we get to the awards, the show starts, and of course they do screenplay first because that's, she said, the boring one or whatever. They want to get it out of the way. It's not the famous celebrities. She wins. Our girl wins. And I was so happy, and she went up, and it was so cute because she quickly just said the fastest thing she could improvise because remember she was kind of talking smack like, I don't understand how people on these award shows go up with, you know, a note card. How can you not remember these most important people to you? But it does something to you when you're in front of this entire room of your peers, all the spotlight, cameras, lights, and you're like, probably too, just what that must feel like with the adrenaline going through you. Your brain's like,
Nora's a writer. This is not her. And probably like George Clooney sitting in front of her, Julia Roberts. This is the Academy Awards. This is the pinnacle of the acting world, right?
Yeah.
So you've got Scorsese in front of you. You've got Aaron Sorkin somewhere. Meryl Streep is probably in like, you go up there and the lights hit you and you're like,
you're like, wait a minute, what is happening?
A little speech.
She
Very-
did.
Very compact, very cute. Martin won for Best Director.
Yes.
They got Best Score, which nobody really cared about. But I tell you what, the music can make or break a project. It can elevate, or it could bring it down. So score is so important. I love the score. That's one of my favorite parts of a film.
I'm a sucker for scores. I'll literally find certain scores that I love and I run to it. Like, it's crazy. So I very much just align with that. It's like my most favorite part.
What's your favorite score? Or like one that you love?
You know, it's
Give it to us. Give it to us.
the How to Train Your Dragon. I love that one. And then Wanted with Danny Elfman a long time ago. One of my favorites. Social Network, so good. Another one.
Social
Tell
Network.
me, it was phenomenal. What about you?
Band of Brothers. Do you remember that? The theme song to Band of Brothers?
I don't.
Was this, I have goosebumps just thinking about it. Oh my gosh. And then one of the songs from Lost, like the main song from Lost, like
Yes.
do 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 do. Oh, sometimes I'll listen to that if I need to cry in a scene or before an audition.
Oh.
That magical tone. And then there's a song from The Leftovers, with hot daddy Jennifer Aniston and ex-husband Justin Theroux.
Oh, yes.
And it's so powerful. So those are my top three, I think.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Speaking of theme songs, I love Successions. That one just
Great theme song.
so
Great.
good. So good. Music really makes you feel. It is one of the biggest things for me. And I have a question for you. When you read, do you ever hear songs as you're reading? Because I do all the time. I don't know what that is, but
course.
things will come in my head and I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? I'm like,
Cool.
am I making my own soundtrack?
I love that you're making your own soundtrack. My dad will play songs when he's writing He'll play songs that like help him get. I think music. By the way, did you know only a small amount of people actually get goosebumps when they listen to songs? It's like
Really?
a type of your sound to feel brain chemistry.
Really? Because that's me,
Yeah,
100%. 100%. And I
yeah,
will cry from just hearing a song. It just hits me. Don't get me started on music. That's probably like my true passion, that and reading.
of course. Whenever you do a run video and you put a Mac Miller song on, I'm like, oh, I love it. A lot of people don't know who Mac Miller is anymore because he died so young, but what a prolific artist. Anyway, Leo wins. No one does not. Thank God.
Sorry, girl.
Even though she did nothing wrong. She did nothing.
No,
You're
no.
mad at Leo.
You also have in your notes here, I hate that I still love Leo.
I do. I do.
But they're taking pictures. After they all finally won, they're taking photos, and the photographer tells Leo to move closer to Nora, and he does, and he puts his arm around her waist, so this time there's a little more touch, and she looks up at him, and we know that that's the pic they'll use when they're kind of stuck in that moment, and she's like looking up at him with stars like he just hung every single one, and at that point, that's when it's like, dang it, why do we still love Leo? Why are we still holding on to this? But they had all this chemistry, so in history that how could you not?
Yeah, deep down, there was something so sweet and pure about him and her relationship that, like, you're holding on to that.
Yeah.
And like her dad said, there's a missing thing. And now that I've been to therapy this week, I went to therapy yesterday, I'm able to see this with her. I was joking with you. I was like, tell me you're insane because you spend a boatload of money on therapy and you're talking about your book boyfriend. Like, Annabelle, what have you done to us? I have real shit to deal with in therapy.
Did you come out with anything interesting as to why he's so triggering?
She's like, you've dated half of Leos. You've dated so many Leos. Of course.
That
Minus
part.
the happy ending. A lot of walking away on my part, you know what I mean?
Real life is not always a fairy tale, okay?
No, you're right. Walk away from that man right now, or woman. No, only if you have to.
Wait, guys, we didn't say that. Well, and then Nora, she ends up saying, what if this is my new normal, showing people my heart and having them applaud it? And I love that moment for her because this is just so huge, so big. And then we roll into chapter 22 and we're...
Before that, one comment to that is, wait till you show people your heart and they don't like it, because that happens in the artistic world too. So buckle up, baby. It's not all... If you're giving something to the world that is subjective, like art, people are going to like it, people are going to hate it. So I'm so glad that people like it.
So then we roll into chapter 22.
Yes.
And we're floating around the Vanity Fair party, and Nora and Martin are wandering. Nora goes to the bar, and here comes Leah. Oh, wait, no. It's his brother, who looks identical to him.
But kinder. Give me that
kinder.
Give me that brother.
She's like, is he single? But sadly, Molly, he is not single.
No, his sweet, lovely girl comes over, and Nora immediately feels home with her.
Yes, she's just so happy to be there. And then she says to the brother, I'm so sorry about your mom. And he goes, Leo never talks about that. So that right there was just this really big sign of, he's talking.
And then she goes, I think I'm done with the champagne. Drink just brought up the dead mom. Which, when you've got a dead mom, you can always bring it up. Always make a joke out of it. It's all good. Don't feel weird.
So then Luke's wife, Luke is the brother, she says, man, you really got to him. And she's implying that Nora got to Leo. So my whole question was, why would he leave her then?
Thank you. Nobody knows. We don't know. It does. There's something has to be so insanely wrong here. Just two ships passing in the night, because this does not make sense.
None of it makes sense at all. And I literally was trying to figure it out. And one of my guesses was maybe they had a contract with, I don't know, the studio or whoever it would be, that they had to be together for promotion for the show, and that he had to sign an NDA and maybe he couldn't tell her. Like, that was my initial thing. And I was like, but that still kind of sucks.
Well, and I know the thought is that Hollywood puts all these fake couples together, and I'm sure back in the day, they'd be like, Marilyn, you and Frank Sinatra, like you guys hang out because we're promoting a movie, but they don't really do that.
No.
Most relationships you see are real.
Yeah.
Now they'll play into it, like Sydney Sweeney and
That's what I was gonna ask. Glenn Powell.
Powell. Thank you. They played into it, but they.
But then her ex, I think it was her ex-fiance, was the producer on the film too. So I'm like, this is a little messy. And now they've broken up since, so
Right.
I don't really know.
Now she's single, and every man in the world. Brad Pitt was on her.
Yes.
Tom Brady was trying to holler.
Tom Brady at the wedding, at Bezos' wedding. I saw that. So, I mean, live your best life, girl. But I guess they're not really, I guess you don't really have to fake anymore to be together. It's just kind of like you are, you aren't. You can lean into it. I get that for publicity, promotion. It makes sense if there's chemistry. But
Well, it's hard to fake it because there's so much social media. There's so many people taking sneak videos. There's websites dedicated to like, I saw this person here with this person. Like you can't fake it like that anymore.
So suddenly Leo is there at the bar and she's talking to them all, and they say Leo got wasted on Thanksgiving and told them everything. And I'm just sitting there thinking, what could have happened that you're doing this, but you're still with her? And so Nora's mom is there and she's filling up the awkward space and says she just met Dirk Richardson, and her husband says, great, now I gotta go punch his lights out.
Hilarious. The mother-father dynamic that Nora's parents have, which also I see why it's so hard for Nora. I grew up with the same thing. My parents, like, not to say they didn't fight and live their lives, but God, they loved each other so much. So when you grow up with that, it's like you're looking for that.
Of course.
So Nora's looking for that. Her parents are they're so lovely together, and they're so funny, and they're so
funny. So funny. Oh my gosh, they had really great quotes last episode too. They're just such a cute little couple and so hysterical together. And Nora escapes next to the bathroom, and this is a big moment, right? But before the big moment comes, she gets a text message from Ben, her ex.
idiot.
And he goes, I must be a hell of a muse.
God,
I've got to see the movie. Come on, bro. Like, no. Just don't. Stay wherever you are across the globe. And just don't. Just
go
don't.
away. Just go away forever.
So she's in the bathroom though, and she sees Naomi. Naomi. Should we call her Noemi now? She's Noemi.
Now.
She sees her. They start talking, and we discover. What do we discover?
They were never together. A what? Oh, so sorry. A what? They were together?
No, and Naomi, she says to her, yeah, we just didn't really have much to talk about. She did mention there was one time where they like had a small fling, little flirtation, whatever, but she goes, we just had nothing in common. We had nothing to talk about. Meanwhile, Nora's sitting there going, oh my gosh, all we did was talk nonstop. That's all. Like, they love conversating. So this was a big moment. And she goes, well, what the heck is going on if they were never together?
Yeah, and can I just say, this just tells you, like, and I know this is a fun, magical, little, sweet, fake book, but the fact remains, if the person that you are with is not reciprocating your excitement, your interests, if they're not divulging what they enjoy, if you don't enjoy what they enjoy, move on. There's somebody else that will just, don't date your Noemi, find your Nora.
Ooh! Because there really are going to be people who just vibe and mesh. I mean, it just is what it is. You know what's funny? I have this theory, and I was talking to Freddie about this.
Love it.
Where females who are really bubbly, outgoing, see the glass. Yeah, 100%. We tend to go for men who are more mysterious, brooding. There's just something about them that, like, a little bit almost like water sign, just keep you guessing, because I've been that way my whole life. I have never dated a golden retriever. I couldn't match that energy because that's, I guess, not that I'm golden retriever per se, but it's just not my vibe. Like, I need a little mystery. I need you to keep me on my toes, and just I don't know what that is. Like,
you're golden retriever rising.
Yes.
You are not a golden retriever.
Not at all. But maybe Rising, I can vibe with that.
Rising is a golden retriever.
It's in there somewhere, but just like a little speck, just like
Right.
tipped in.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know what that is. I feel like we like the bad boys. Easy.
Sure. Opposites attract. Also, bad boys tend to be incredibly charismatic in the beginning, so we just get swept up in that. And then something deeply subconscious in us goes, well, they don't do that with other people, but I'll get them to do that with me.
Ooh.
Spoiler alert, they won't do that with you.
Well, but the funny thing with Freddie too,
Well, every once in a while they will, because look at you and Freddie. I know. You guys are the one example.
Anomaly, I know, but we have this the funniest thing. I have this joke. I might have told you what I do whenever we go get gas, but if he's putting gas into my car, he naturally has like a male resting bitch face. Like he's so intense and so serious. And anytime he's filling my gas tank up, I look at him and he's just so like serious that I always snap a photo of it because it looks like he's like on the hunt. Meanwhile, I'm like, but it just
our resting face is like,
we're like, So I have this collection on my phone of gas station photos of him, and it just, I have to show you sometime. It's excellent. It should be a gallery. It's my life. But yeah, so long story short, that's my theory on that. I'm sticking to it.
Well, so Nora, she's overwhelmed by that information. She's like, I gotta go outside, I gotta get, and then she's like, I'm gonna dress, I look beautiful, this is the last time I'll be able to, who knows when I'll be able to wear this dress again. So she grabs a whole bunch of stuffed mushrooms. First of all, she goes to Martin and she goes, Naomi and Leo aren't together? And Martin goes, hey, whoa, we're still promoting the film, relax. So that tells me they're pulling a Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney, like,
yes,
maybe they aren't, whatever.
Yes.
So Nora grabs a whole bunch of mushrooms, she goes over, and then Leo comes up to her. And they have a little chat. And it's very sweet.
It is very sweet. And didn't he say to her, I just want you to know that what happened between us means everything or meant everything to me?
It was the most important thing to ever happen to me, and I'm glad it happened. and then Martin and like a bunch of young biddies come up. And Nora goes, okay, have a good night to all of them, Leo included, which is another win for Nora because she gets to shimmy on out of there. Like,
yep.
All of you, you're all the same, you're all equal. I don't care about any of you more than the others.
I loved it so much. And Leo even said, he goes, I can't hug you. It'll make things. Yeah. And I was like, bro.
Now I'm really confused because he and Naomi aren't together. He can't hug her. He's been a little shithead to her. And then Nora goes home. She calls her kiddos the next day. They're super excited. She's like, I'll be home tonight or tomorrow or whatever. And we'll all get to hang out with, all three of us will hang out. So her kiddos and the Oscars, or four, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we go into chapter 23 and all hell breaks loose. The school calls Nora. Arthur is missing. He never showed up. She doesn't understand why. She dropped him all, Burnett and Arthur, she dropped him off. And she goes into full panic mode. She calls her sister who lives in Manhattan. Her sister doesn't answer. So who does she call?
Leo. Oh my gosh. I was like, girl. And
he goes, calm down, I've got it. Or no, he doesn't say calm down. He doesn't say calm down. He goes, I'd be like, calm down, you fucking calm down. He says, don't worry, drive down here. I'm on it. Send me his location. Because she sees that Arthur's in Harlem. What the hell is her child doing in Harlem? In New York City? They're in upstate New York. Do you know what he had to do to get down there?
I was very concerned at this point, and I was racking my brain. I go, what could he be doing? Because he's what, 13?
He's 13, and Nora, after she called, while she's driving into the city, she goes, is this at long last something to do with porn?
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
I love it because it was like this recurring theme that would continue to come back. And the author, Annabel Monaghan, she has 3 sons. So this is probably something she dealt with throughout life as a mom, to be like...
3 sons means 3 conversations about your weenie. Brutal. So Nora gets a text and Leo says, I got him. Save the day. Thank God. Why aren't they together again? Remind me. I don't know. Anyway, she makes it to the house. Mm-hmm. She got to the place. They're watching The Office. Nora says, I want to hug him, give him a big smile, smell his hair, and then tell him that I'm going to kill him.
Her son, Arthur.
Her son. Oh, yeah, not
Yeah,
Leo.
but maybe Leo too.
I'd love to do that to Leo too, I'm sure. But no, this is to her son, which that couldn't encapsulate being a mother more. Like, I
Yeah.
would hug you and smell your hair and remind myself that you're okay, and then I'm going to fucking kill you myself.
Yep.
Hilarious.
And then Leo turns off the office and he's like, all right, your mom's here. What did you want to tell us? And what did he tell them, Molly?
So it turns out Arthur.
This little shit.
I know, this little bastard, but my heart was really with him because he was so hurt that Leo didn't show up to his play.
I know.
He texted Leo and said, Ben is back in our life and Mom and Ben are back together. And all of a sudden, it makes sense why Leo dropped conversation because he didn't want to be in part. Not only that, but why did he pay her $21,000?
Because he wanted to cover her tracks that he was just a renter there.
I know. I passed out and I floated away.
I know. And all these things just started making sense. But Leo was understandably
Furious.
Very, shocked, realizing that this entire time the love of his life and him could have been together and they weren't, and it was all because of what this kid said. And Leo says, you put my life through a meat grinder. Maybe you guys should leave. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I understand everyone in this situation. I get, Arthur, God, he was dealing with so much and he didn't want that to happen again. And then Leo, at first I was like, well, why wouldn't Leo have just called her, that.
So we've got a few issues still, because all Leo had to do was be like, listen, I heard you're back with Ben. I care about you so much. I'm going to respectfully bow out, or just something.
I know. But he was kind of like, well, not thinking like, why would this kid lie to me about this? This was my buddy.
He said when you love a 10-year-old kid, you take him at face value.
But then, Leo, hello, maybe you need a little more growth because you should have said something.
Yeah.
But I will say, I don't know, I feel like there was such a growing period for Nora during the breakup.
I'm so glad she had to do it.
Yeah. Like, it might not have happened otherwise, and I'm glad that she was able to have this success and build things on her own, because she never really got to do that because she always was with Ben, who any time she had success, it was kind of looked down upon because she would try and soften herself and make herself smaller for him because, God forbid, she was having success. So I love she did this on her own, and then now they can grow together, and it wasn't all about Leo,
Me too.
So it was good. I feel like this is why I gotta
what was going to happen is that she wasn't going to get back together with him. This is about her love story to herself, which obviously you didn't want.
I was like,
I get it.
No, give me the romance. So, chapter 24, Nora's trying to give Arthur a pep talk on the drive home, saying she should have been better about his feelings about the divorce. I really felt that.
Saying she should have been better, not Arthur. Saying, like, I need to be a better mom to you.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. She felt like she didn't handle the whole situation. They didn't talk about it enough. Yeah. And then, yet again, we find out about the money to make it seem like he was a renter all those nights. And finally, Leo texts her.
Well, because she's been trying to text him for 20... She's typing and then deleting, and then all of a sudden she gets a ding from Leo. She gets a text, and he goes, are you trying to say something? Because I've been watching bubbles pop up. Which means...
He was in his...
apartment looking at
That got me, because he's sitting there with his phone open in her instant message. What decade am I living in? No, not I am. He was in his text messages.
Right.
And those little bubbles just... And yet again, this is why I say, Nora, girlfriend, go to your draft section. If you're drafting out a text, don't ever do it in the message.
Thank you.
Diabolical.
She's older, though. She
don't give an F.
And also, she doesn't care.
No. She's like, what? She goes, yeah, I was trying to find the right thing to say. You got me.
Right. And so Leo tells her that he's filming a movie in New Zealand. He leaves tomorrow for 3 months, and they'll talk when he's back.
I hated that. I was like, God, you could finally be together, and then you're not. Like, really tore my heart out. However, the next morning, she goes out on her porch, as she always does, and Leo's there. Leo is there!
A hot mug of coffee.
Just be still, my beating heart. I really couldn't. I couldn't. And she goes, you really thought that I'd go back with Ben?
Yeah,
And
man, what the heck? She's like, were you listening at all? You did the movie when you played him.
You played him. You think I'm into that? Absolutely not.
Like when kids are involved, you have no, you don't know. You don't know.
Of course.
I get it.
Of course. And then he kisses me, and it's all back in a second, and we're sobbing. We are losing it. I mean, I'm unwell at this point. It's all over for me, really. This is when the tears began. They didn't stop for 2 weeks.
Poor Shelly was sick because I was reading this in Colorado on the patio. Yeah. I was just sobbing. She was like, are you okay? What happened is I'm telling her the whole story, and she's just so patiently sitting there waiting.
Oh. And then he's saying that he's going to come back after New Zealand, and
if you think I'm not, don't be a weirdo. Call me and say, hey, asshole, I feel like you're not coming back.
He goes, be a normal woman and call me.
But also be a normal man and tell me what's happening on your end too, champ.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. But it's okay. We're moving past it. We've moved on.
Correct.
However, Leo says that he doesn't trust her when she says okay. So he pulls out his mom's ring, puts it on her finger, and he says, we are married.
Now I'm sobbing.
Even harder.
Oh my gosh.
That was just so precious. And wasn't it just like a little sweet gold band too? Yeah,
tiny,
which is so Nora. So Nora. I just love that.
If you want a big gross ring, I'll get you one when I'm back. But like, just so you know we're married. And then Burnett comes out. She starts crying and she calls Arthur, and Arthur's like, what are you doing? He comes out and he's like, and he sees everybody. And now they're all hugging and crying. And I'm crying and you're crying. We're all crying. Everybody's crying.
Things are going well.
Things are happening.
Things are going well.
Out of everybody's eyes.
And then Leo says, now go do your morning things because I need to kiss your mother. My little heart's fluttering at this point.
So much.
Can't even. So much. And then we hop into chapter 12, and Nora tells her parents. I knew it.
We hop into chapter 25.
What did I say? 12?
You did say 12. That's okay. Nobody has to go back to 12. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bop over to 25.
How did I look at 25? We 12.
We've been working on a lot of stuff for y'all.
We really have. We really have. So we're on chapter 25.
We're trying to feed our Bunchies, but it's taking away from our brain capacity. But we are trying to feed.
You guys get it. You get it, babies. Oh my gosh. Chapter 25. Nora tells her parents, right, the good news, and her dad's like, I knew it. And then her mom goes,
he's just so handsome. I felt so bad for you. I looked straight into that young man's eyes and thought poor Nora's never going to get over this. And at the end of that, I go, big Mama Val vibes.
Big Mama Val vibes. And I was cracking up. But she didn't have to get over it because now they're together. And she calls Kate. Mm-hmm. And conferences Mickey, and I just love Mickey. What a fun character.
What a fun little side piece character in the movie, because she goes, Mickey is swooning like maybe he's the bride here, and hangs up so he can call Leo before his flight takes off.
Oh.
And Mickey goes, what? All right, great. Okay, I gotta go. And then he goes, hey, bestie.
For romance at its finest. I freaking love it. Love it. And then Nora gets a text from Luke. Welcome to the family.
Did I do that right?
You so did. And you know what else I love is that Nora had the conversation with her parents Christmas Eve, showed them the messages, the text messages, and really opened up about how big of a part Leo was in her life, how much she cared for him. He, on the same note, was opening up to his family, right? On Thanksgiving. And they both were really sharing just how important this other person was to them. And now they all know each other because they all met. And it's just...
Both families saw their kiddos be devastated. And so this is so, Luke was stoked to send that text. I love it.
Of course. So then it's March.
We're excited. Wheezy's through the roof. She starts crying. She's like, I knew it. So everybody's rooting for them, obviously,
yes,
right? Which means none of us are crazy. We all saw something with these two people.
March comes, and they're in New Zealand now, and I love this because an article came out that Leo and Nora are mega married, and Leo instructs his publicity team not to respond because he likes the idea of it.
Obsessed.
Like, Leo, sir, okay. But then they start talking about, the actual wedding that they do want to have. And they end up wanting to get married in the tea house. It's Leo's idea. And I go, that is just so perfect, right? And they're still there in New Zealand. And someone comes up and goes, are you Mr. Vance's family? And Arthur goes, yes. Like nuggies, this whole little family together.
It sounds so right.
I know.
It sounds even more right because Leo's so kind and wonderful to her kids.
Of course.
They love him as much as she does.
So much. And it shows that relationship that he built with them, even for him too, was real and special. And looking back now at how he sent the first edition Oliver Twist with the note where he said, say hi to everyone. It's because he didn't want to be stepping on eggshells if Ben was there and Ben's like, hey, why is this guy sending you guys stuff and saying, have your mom call?
Movie star.
Yeah.
Sending a first edition of Oliver Twist to my son. Like, he would have been, Leo just, so we had to go back and read all of their interactions now that we know.
Of course we did. And wasn't it interesting too how Nora texted Leo, hey, and he never responded because he's like, oh, okay, you're with your ex-husband and you still want to talk to me? Like, I don't freaking think so. And then that's why he was posting on his Instagram stuff with Noemi. And it makes me wonder too, remember he was posting all those photos that were pastels and like literally Nora said at a certain point, I don't think he took the picture. I think it was of a lake or something. And I feel like it really wasn't him. And he was just trying to like paint a picture that he had this perfect life. Yeah. Maybe for her, maybe for who knows. But all the little things were adding up. And I was just like, oh.
It's literally the only reason I can think of that totally rationalizes why he would dip on her like that. Yep. And I have to apologize for going so hard in the paint.
I loved it. We were dead set.
I was unhinged, though. You were being like I said, you were fighting for your life, trying to get me to calm down, and I was like, nay.
You're like, no. I'm like, well, that was romantic in me. Maybe there's something we don't know. Oh, my gosh. Well, so chapter 26, they get married in July. And what's her something blue?
The hydrangeas.
Oh, I know.
Burnett got to decorate the whole thing. It looks beautiful. Everybody's out there dancing, partying. It's just so, so beautiful and so wonderful. And she says, I'm falling asleep with Leo in my bed because he is my husband now.
And he finally made it to her bed.
I know. It took him a whole book, but he's finally there. And Leo says there's a part in a new movie he's going to do. And maybe Arthur can play his son. And she goes, let's talk about it tomorrow at the sunrise.
Oh, because they do that every single day. And I gotta say, at the very end, they end it with the best things come back. Sometimes it's right after the commercial. Sometimes it takes longer. But time and sunshine bring growth and life unfolds just the way it's supposed to. I loved it. I loved it. So I gotta know, what is your rating for Nora Goes Off Script?
5 stars.
5 stars.
To get 5 stars with 0 spice.
Agreed. And for
she did it. Annabel did it.
She killed it. And for a book to affect me this much after, I'm still thinking about it. I just love the characters so much, and I want a Leo Goes Off Script next. I want a sequel, baby. Give me his POV. Yeah. And it's okay. It can be what's happening now. That's fine. Or kind of want to know, though, his POV this whole time.
We need the prequel, though. Yeah, we need the Leo.
Right. Leo Goes Off Script. Give it to me, Annabelle. Yeah. So, okay, love it. Our first 5-star,
First 5
obsessed.
stars. And this is truly one of my favorite books I've ever read, ever.
Yeah.
Truly.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not the nicest. I'm quite honest. I've been a little too honest about some books. So, but I've earned you to believe I mean what I'm saying now because
Yes,
when
of
I feel like
course.
I'm savage, and this is truly one of my favorite books. I cannot wait. I'm bedazzling it right now, and then it's gonna go up on our magic bookshelf.
Yay! And also to everyone, on Thursday, July 31st, we have Miss Annabel Monaghan on the pod. She is fantastic. You're going to be obsessed.
She
Obsessed.
is so cool, so wonderful, so smart. So, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but she gives some tidbits about writing. She didn't start really writing until the pandemic. I mean, this woman is such a powerhouse, a mother of 3. She is a bad bitch, and we had
She
so
really
much
is. Yes, we had so much fun. You'll love it. You'll be obsessed. Again, Thursday, July 31st, noon it will be dropping. That is Eastern.
Yeah.
And then, Molly Burnett, what is our next book of the month for August? Drum roll, please.
You all, I cannot tell you how long it has taken me to get her to read this book because I have been a stan since the beginning. But our August book is ACOTAR.
Woo!
Thorns and Roses. It's time. It's here. It's wonderful. I have to lie to Alyssa so much because I've read the entire series about 76 times and she's going into this blind. So
Yes.
I have to G and not give anything away because I don't want she is not allowed to go on social media.
Nope.
Look up any fan art, although she's already failed at that a little bit. But that's okay.
But I will say this is my first romantasy. I've never dabbled in this genre. So I'm very curious to see if it's going to be up my alley. You know, you just never know.
This is my favorite. Romantasy is my favorite genre.
Yes.
That is my trope. Up, down, left, right. I've read almost all of them.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
My last fantasy was probably Harry Potter. So it's a little different. That's a little different than romantasy. But I'm so excited. You know, I'm always looking to broaden my horizons, test her out. So next week we will be doing chapters 1 through 10 of A Court of Thorn and Roses. And we're so excited. Thank you again, Bunchies. Yet again, another fabulous book wrapped, another wonderful month. We love Annabelle. We love our Bunchies. And we'll see you next time.